So yeah, I don't know. I used to give my Snapchat out to random people on Kick, and so one time when I was in like high school, I ended up giving my number to this guy, and he we FaceTimed or whatever, but he never showed his face during the FaceTime. And so we literally just FaceTime for maybe like 10 seconds, but I'm like, well, he's not showing his face. This is weird. So I hung up. So that guy basically ended up stalking me for like 10 something years or whatever. But the thing is, I never actually seen his face. And it was a catfish initially. Like, who he was in real life was not the same person that he was in the picture. And but then he would pretend to be who he actually was. Like he would be like he was pretending to be this model on Kick. But then he will also pretend that he was friends with who he really was. So yeah, it was just like this long weird thing or whatever. And so, but also I don't know if that's the real person or not, you know. But yeah, there was times he was saying like that he loved me and stuff, and like, and then one time he like threatened to expose my nudes or whatever, but I didn't have any nudes. So the guy photoshopped pictures of me, and I still have the videos are on YouTube. They're private right now, but there's videos on YouTube with picture evidence. He photoshopped my face onto different bodies, and he pretended to be different people from different accounts messaging me saying, "Oh, we just seen your news, da 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 da," like basically harassing me as though like I had gotten exposed. And they're like, "Oh, we seen you on Twitter," and like name calling, whatever. But again, these are fake nudes. So I was asking the people just because I didn't know the account they were talking about. So I was like, "Oh, what's the Instagram name?" So of course none of the people would tell me because I'm pretty sure it was either just him from different accounts, or if there was multiple people involved, I don't know. But yeah. The point is I don't know. So I'm saying anybody could have gotten my contact information from Kick and then onto Snapchat. And then so Snapchat I used to tell like story times or whatever the case is. And so anyway, this guy ends up messaging me back one day, or responding. Like I said, we end up exchanging numbers. We video chat. We go out on a date next day. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And we would continue to talk or whatever the case is. But we weren't talking about like looking for anything serious, you know? It was just, to me, in my mind, I was just exploring, really, like dating for the first time, getting to know people, talk to people, you know. How could I make my decision? And he was pretty much the first guy that I ever like really dated, pretty much, like for real, you know. But I was still in the mindset of like, I'm gonna explore, like figure out the options. I never explored any of the options before. I'm gonna see the options and then I'll determine which one is for me. So anyway, it was about a week or two since we had initially went out, and there was I met somebody else. This is like the internet, like Tinder era. This was before like I understood that Tinder was a like hookup app, because I didn't know that when I first was using it. Why does everybody want to sleep with me, like, you know? But it's like, I guess that was kind of what it was for. So before I knew that, I was using Tinder. But anyway, then I met this guy who went to the same school as me. This was when I was in college. And then that guy ended up inviting me to his soccer game. He was on the soccer team at the college, and I went and I watched him play. And obviously he had friends. So yeah, he introduced me to his friends and stuff. There was like 6 other guys, but also one was his brother. But I'm watching the game, right? The soccer game, the practice, and I have eyes, so I was just browsing the field and I saw a guy that was really attractive. It wasn't the guy who invited me to the game, it was a guy who was on his team, and I just thought he looked attractive, like I liked his energy. And that ended up being the guys who did invite me, that was his brother, it turns out. So it was a bit of a complex situation, but you'll love to hear how the story ends. So anyway, I'm watching the soccer practice, football practice, and yeah, the guy who I came to watch was showing out, I guess, and he ended up breaking his arm during the practice. So I went with him to the emergency room, and his friends and his brother went with us. So then when the guy that I was there with, he was getting his arm taken care of in the back, and then like all his brothers and friends were asking for my phone number and asking me out, like literally all of them at that time in the emergency room. And yeah, so I was saying no, because I'm like, no, like I'm here with this guy, whatever. Yeah, but then but then that night, because they were all asking me on individual dates, like to go out alone together, but they were doing it in front of each other, eventually. And when apparently the brother was like the bottom of the totem pole in the group, I guess, where everybody was kind of picking on him, and he was kind of like the youngest, and he was sweet. Like, we met on Valentine's Day, I think. Yeah, I went to this game, I believe, on Valentine's Day or whatever. That's when we met. And so, yeah, I had to tell that guy, or I think I might have met him the day before, and I think the next day was Valentine's Day. But we all ended up agreeing to like go out together the next day. Yeah, so we did. And then, but the guy I was there to see, he was telling me he loved me by the second day. And that just creeped me out, because I was like, this is moving very fast. I'm not used to this, So we all decided to go out on a group date. So we all went like shopping, and then we got some food after. Then we ended up, the brother was a senior, so he was in the senior dorms. So we all went back there after the dinner. So when I was going to the store, the guy I was telling you about, the other guy with the black magic, who was doing black magic on me apparently. He calls me when I was in the store. No, I was in the store filming myself. So one of the guys that I was with like 6 different dudes. 6 or 7, I don't know. And we were in the store, and I was just filming a video of myself. So one of the guys we were with, he jumps in like photo bombs, but I'm like, there's no harm, Number one, I'm single, I'm dating, and these are just friends. Like, we're basically hanging out as a group, And yeah, so then the black magic guy, I posted on Snapchat, and literally like within a second, he literally calls my phone, because I guess he watched the Snapchat, then he called me. So he's like, mind you, this is a guy I literally met like a week prior. And he started cussing me out. He's like, he started nice first. He's like, oh, well, what are you doing, whatever. I was like, oh, I'm just hanging out with friends. Because that's what I was doing in the store. And he was like, I just seen your Snapchat. Who is that guy you're with, basically? And I'm like, that's one of the friends. And he's like, what the fuck? You just hanging out with all these dudes, whatever. And I just hung up on him. Because we were going to dinner. So we were